Hey, Skull Squad. That preseason finale against the Titans left us with mixed feelings. Didn't it? I mean, a loss stings even in the preseason, and watching Tennessee run the ball like they owned us? Not the vibe we wanted. But there's a silver lining. Our rookies and depth players are showing some serious fight. Today, we're diving into the biggest takeaways. From Max Brosmer's unreal performance to Kobe King's special teams hustle and some trade buzz that's got us all talking. What's your take on this roster shaping up? Let's kick it off with a bang. First up, let's talk about the quarterback room where Max Brosmer is stealing the show. This undrafted rookie QB out of New Hampshire went 15 for 23 for 161 yards and a touchdown against the Titans. And he's been turning heads all camp. Analysts are even whispering he could be QB2 behind J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, that's how good he's been. But here's the hook. With Brett Rippon struggling and Sam Howell's spot on the roster looking shaky, could Brosmer really leapfrog them? The Vikings coaching staff loves his mental game. But is it too bold to bet on two QBs with 0 NFL passes thrown? So what's the deal with the backup QB battle? Brosmer's decisiveness and poise are making waves, with insiders like Alec Lewis calling his mental sharpness his secret sauce. Meanwhile, Rippon's 7 of 14 for 62 yards and a pick wasn't exactly inspiring, and Howell's camp has been up and down. Vikings fans, what do you think? Should we roll with the rookie or stick with Howell's experience? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this QB2 race is heating up, and Kevin O'Connell's got a tough call to make. Alright, let's shift gears to the defensive line, where the Titans' run game exposed some weaknesses. Tennessee was moving the ball too easily, and after trading away Harrison Phillips, our young D-line needs to step up. Guys like Elijah Williams, Tyler Batty, and Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins showed flashes, but injuries are a concern. Williams, who's been a camp standout, might start the year on IR with a hamstring issue. How do you feel about this youth movement up front? Are we ready to trust these rookies to plug the gaps? Speaking of Elijah Williams, this dude's been a revelation. At 6'3", 270 pounds, he was a wrecking ball on special teams, flattening Jaquan Jackson on a kickoff return. He racked up 2 tackles and 2 QB hits in the opener against Houston, plus 5 more against New England. But that hamstring injury in the Titans game is a gut punch. If it's minor, he's a roster lock, but a longer recovery could mean an injury settlement. Vikings fans, do you think Williams has earned his spot, or is IR the likely path? Now let's talk about Kobe King, our 6th-round linebacker who's bringing that old-school vibe. This guy's all about physicality, and special teams coordinator Matt Daniels is hyped about his versatility on kickoff returns. King's raw strength and chip on his shoulder mentality make him a prime candidate to replace Brian Asamoah Tu's 321 special teams snaps from last year. His college breakthrough on special teams at Penn State taught him to weaponize his body. How sick is that? Who else is pumped to see King lay the wood this season? Kobe King's not just a special teams beast, he's got big dreams. He models his game after Ray Lewis and wants to be a coach on the field. In the preseason, he showed his downhill style, shedding blocks and making plays like a veteran. But he's still raw in pass coverage, and that's where he's grinding to improve. Vikings Nation, do you see King as a future starter, or is he strictly a special teams ace for now? Let's hear your predictions in the comments. The linebacker room is stacked with talent, and King's fitting right in. Blake Cashman, who led the team with 112 tackles in 2024, called King one of the strongest linebackers he's ever played with. That's high praise. Cashman says King's football IQ is growing fast, picking up Brian Flores' tricky defensive schemes. With Ivan Pace Jr. and Eric Wilson ahead of him, King's likely LB4, but his special teams hustle could earn him defensive snaps. What's your take on this linebacker group? Let's pivot to the punter battle, which might have just been decided in a wild way. It wasn't about punts, it was about holding for kicks. Rookie Oscar Chapman bobbled a hold, leading to a missed 55-yard field goal by Will Reichard. Then Ryan Wright nailed a hold for a 58-yard make. That's got a sting for Chapman. Vikings fans, do you think Wright's locked up the punter job? Or is there still a chance for Chapman to fight back? Drop your thoughts below. Now, let's get to the return game where Tristan Price is turning heads but raising questions. His 28-yard return against the Titans was electric, but a penalty wiped it out and he nearly muffed a punt. Price has the juice to make defenders miss, but can the Vikings trust him to catch cleanly? Special teams is all about reliability, so what do you think? Does Price make the roster as a returner, or is he too risky? Let's talk about it. Trade rumors are swirling, and one name popping up is Ty Chandler. CBS Sports linked him to the Houston Texans, who need backfield help with Joe Mixon banged up and Nick Chubb not looking like his old self. Chandler's speed could be a game-changer, but with Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, and Xavier Scott in Minnesota, he's on the roster bubble. Would you trade Chandler for a late-round pick, or keep him for depth? Hit the comments with your take. Another trade idea has us buzzing. Kenny Pickett to the Vikings. Analysts suggest the Browns might move Pickett, who's 15-10 as a starter, for a 6th-round pick. With J.J. McCarthy coming off a meniscus injury and no NFL experience, Pickett could be a solid veteran backup. But would you rather see Brosmer or Howell step up? This trade could shake up our QB room. Vikings fans, what's your call on this one? Injuries are a dark cloud over this roster battle. Tyler Batty's knee, Xavier Scott's ankle, and Elijah Williams' hamstring could shake up the 53-man roster. Head coach Kevin O'Connell's waiting on MRI results, but these injuries might open doors for other young guys. Who do you think steps up if these players miss time? The youth movement is real, but it's risky. Share your thoughts in the comments. J.J. McCarthy's getting some serious love from teammates, and it's giving us chills. Aaron Jones compared his football brain to Aaron Rodgers, saying McCarthy's already calling out blitzes like a vet. Jonathan Greenid praised his poise under pressure, even after taking sacks. With McCarthy set to start Week 1, are you buying the hype? How big do you think he'll be for the Vikings in 2025? Let's hear it. Let's wrap this up with a nod to Harrison Phillips, who was traded to the Jets. Kevin O'Connell called it a tough move, praising Phillips as a leader and the first free agent he and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah signed. New veterans like J.A. and Grave are stepping up, but Phillips' void will be felt. Vikings Nation, what's your favorite memory of Phillips in purple? Share it below, and let's send him off with some Skol love. Skol Vikings! What a wild ride this preseason has been, and we're just getting started. The roster cuts are coming, and the 2025 season is right around the corner. Who's your pick to shine in Week 1? Drop your final 53-man roster predictions in the comments, and let's keep the purple pride alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with every Vikings fan you know. Skol!